week on Puppet and Robot in the Movies, we've got 3 new ones. I'm Puppet.
And I'm Robot. I anticipate these reviews will prove mentally stimulating for all.
The ring. It chose you. Use its power to defend our universe. Become one of us. Become a Green Lantern.
No, not Green Hornet. That's Green Lantern this time. And Green Lantern is the latest comic book superhero film from Warner Brothers. It's about a man who gets a magic ring, and when the ring gives him superpowers, he decides to become a hero. This movie was not as good as the X-Men films or the Spider-Man films, but I liked it.
This is a bad movie. Filmmakers have a responsibility to their source material, and as comic book adaptations go, I would liken Martin Campbell's Green Lantern to The Rape of Belgium.
Well, it's not perfect, I will grant you, but in between its colossal manglings of basic storytelling elements, there's a little space opera happening, so ultimately, it's fun.
I didn't have fun.
Oh, come on. What about the parts where Green Lantern shows his friend his new powers, and the friend makes all these great jokes?
I have never seen a movie with more forgettable characters and moments than Green Lantern.
But if you read the comics, you see he's a really cool character.
A movie is not the comics.
Well, I say take the family to see Green Lantern, and you'll probably have a good time.
By recommending this movie, you are complicit in its crimes.
Okay, next we have a new comedy from director Jake Kasdan.
Are you excited for tomorrow?
Is tomorrow Saturday?
No, it's the first day of school.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to that.
But it's mandatory.
Ooh.
Bad Teacher stars Cameron Diaz as a high school teacher who's hilariously bad at her job, as the title suggests. I was scared this was going to be another one of these lame turkeys that people just go to on a date and then it makes $80 million. But boy, was I pleasantly surprised. This movie had me howling. Plus, I always enjoy teacher movies because they remind me of when I worked as a teacher at the community college.
I too admired this film's competence and elegance of design. Cameron Diaz has been in 2 of the best comedies of the year, Bad Teacher and Green Hornet, which was better than Green Lantern in every way.
Look, the audience I saw Green Lantern with had a great time.
Were they watching another movie on their phones?
When we come back, we'll look at the latest animated feature from Disney.
No one realizes they're being fooled because they're too busy laughing at the fool.
Is that how you see me?
That's how everyone sees you. Isn't that the idea?
Lightning McQueen is back in an all-new Cars racing adventure. But this time, his friend Mater takes center stage when the rust-covered simpleton is mistaken for a secret agent and dragged into a dangerous spy mission. Unfortunately, the film just doesn't work. The first Cars had a great message about slowing down and appreciating the little stops along the road of life. But Cars 2 was just a bacchanalian toy commercial acid trip.
On the contrary, Cars 2 finally gives us the North by Northwestian excitement that was notably missing from Cars 1. And we get to see so much more of the Cars universe, instead of just that depressing town.
Okay, I would disagree with you on that.
Cars 2 will enter historical texts as the quintessential 4-quadrant film.
I would disagree with you on that. Next, we'll look at a classic film saga in our home video pick of the week.
Hey, look who's back! Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me! Who's got you?
It's Superman, the motion picture anthology, 1978 to 2006. This box set, which came out on Blu-ray this month, has all the Superman pictures. They have Superman the movie from 1978, which we agree is the seminal live-action superhero picture and still the best of all time, as well as Superman 2 from 1980, one of the great superhero sequels.
This box set also includes the expanded cut of 1 and the Donner cut of 2, both of which you would be a fool to miss.
Then there's Superman 3 from 1983, which was a quirky Richard Pryor comedy that also featured Superman.
If we approach them as comedies, the best Superman film is 3.
It also has Superman 4, The Quest for Peace from 1987, and the company that made this movie actually ran out of money during production, so the finished product is held together with Scotch tape and bubble gum.
I refuse to watch Superman 4, The Quest for Peace late at night, because staying up and thinking about how this was the final Christopher Reeve Superman movie is enough to drag the sanest mind into a permanent madness.
Also included is Superman Returns from 2006, which was a sequel to Superman 2, but it was also like a reboot. It was like they James Bonded it. Being
that its backstory necessitated the viewing of other films, and that it ended with setups yet to be paid off, this is the closest a film has ever come to the experience of reading a comic book.
So overall, a great box set from Warner Brothers, but I wish they had included the Supergirl picture from 1984. It just feels incomplete without it.
They're purposely holding out on us now, so they can eventually get us to double dip.
Well, you're right about that, Robot, and I think it's terrible, but of course, they got my number because I will be double dipping for that. Now let's recap the movies we reviewed on this show. A split vote for Green Lantern. I thought it was fun. Robot compared it to the 1914 German invasion of Belgium. A unanimous endorsement for Bad Teacher, the best teacher comedy since Big Bully. And we split on Cars 2. I was underwhelmed and prefer the original. Robot was enchanted by the genre focus shift from car racing picture to mistaken identity spy farce.
I plan to show my kids Cars 2 without ever informing them of the existence of Cars 1.
Okay. Join us next week when we'll review the new Transformers picture, the new Tom Hanks picture, and a dark comedy thriller starring David Hyde Pierce.
Something for everyone.
Until then, the Puppet Theater is closed.